Hello and welcome back to the channel. Okay, I was going to do my standard Twitter fanboy zone this week, covering the usual toxic nature of the morons on Twitter, but I see a new calling this week. So let's get the intro going.
You unlock this door with a simple registration. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of memes. A dimension of trolls. A dimension of morons. You are moving into a dimension of both factual and unfactual information, of rumors and hopes. You just crossed over into
YouTube
Fanboy Zone.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've been looking at the dickheads on YouTube. One in particular, Kingthrash. So the Halo Infinite trailer for the campaign launched and showed a lot of gameplay and a lot of detail to the game. This guy though thought he would attack it. He starts his video as a lot of PS4 fanboys, trying to be the fake neutral, trying to be on your side, trying to help you out and help Xbox. Like Xbox are going to take any advice from this moron. Unfortunately, it doesn't work because, well, he's exceptionally biased, not too smart, and even though he claims that he knows a lot about Halo, he knows very little about the game. I mean, I'm not even a big fan of Halo. I didn't actually get into Halos until after the Master Chief Collection. Still don't like 1, 2 and 3. 4 is okay. 5 is actually my favourite. That's called, it's an opinion. That's what that is, it's an opinion. This guy seems to claim things as fact. Problem with his video is I see very little fact. In fact, going through his video, a lot of the opinions he gives, he does claim to be fact, but I see no facts whatsoever. I even asked Jonathan Frakes if he see any facts at all during the whole video, and this is what he told me.
No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way. We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened. It never happened. We made this one up. It's fiction. We made up this one. We made it up. Not this time. Wrong. Not this time. Not this time. You're wrong. Not this time. It never happened.
And if you think that was long, Kingthrash's video about Halo and basically just hating on it went on for 37 minutes. For 37 minutes, he hated on Halo Infinite. He hated on the trailer of the campaign for 37 whole minutes. The trailer wasn't even that long, but he just complained about it for 37 minutes. And in fact, there is so much misinformation and incorrect statements that he makes during those 37 minutes that I can't possibly cover it all, because then my video would end up being an hour and a half, 2 hours long, just to cover all his false information. So I'm going to just pick on a few points and I'll cover those. So let's get into this. Oh, and sorry, just so you know, he does a lot of racial slurs and swearing throughout his video. I managed to cut out a lot of it, but there is so much of it, if I cut it all out, there just will not be a video. Because it will just be him just saying odd words, because a lot of his vocabulary is swearing and racial slurs. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to let you know that there will be some of this, so let's go.
Serious on the shit I say, motherfucker. Fuck this shit. Got me fucked up, but at the same time, I do give it the respect that it's due. It does look better than the old one that they showed in 2021, but it doesn't look good or fucking enough. It doesn't even look close to fucking being good or fucking enough. And you fucking know it, bitch. You fucking know it. Don't fucking pretend that you see this motherfucking shit and think that it looks motherfucking good, bitch. It does not. It does not.
In the world of treating tics, medication and recently behavioral interventions have been shown to be effective.
He clearly needs more medication. Hey Thrash, I've got a word for you, a word that describes you very well in your videos. Clearly he wasn't finished there. He goes on to, I don't know, explain or try to say what Xbox apparently promised its gamers before it launched and what they deserve and what they should have got. Very one-sided though.
That isn't giving you nearly the fucking quality that you deserve as a gamer, spending $500 on a new console on the first fucking year at that, before there were any discounts, before black.
Not sure his angle here. He was clearly complaining about the price of the Xbox. He's saying it costs $500, which is the same as a PS5, and they we should be getting better. We should be getting more and better for our buck. Not sure what the PS5 is getting for its money, because a lot of the majority of its games are also on PS4. The same as Xbox Series X, but we'll go back into that later. So I'm not sure what his narrative is here.
What that console's promise was when they motherfucking made a stupid ass motherfucking commercial or a stupid ass motherfucking trailer about this fucking console. The niggas didn't say, "Oh, we're gonna give you gameplay. Oh, we're gonna give you fucking fun." No, they didn't say that shit, bitch. They didn't fucking say that shit, bitch. You know what the fuck they said? Them motherfuckers said better frame rates.
Yes, they did. And every game releasing on the Xbox Series X has better frame rates than the last generation version of the game or any other game that's on the Xbox from the previous generation. The frame rates are better on the Xbox Series X. They are correct. They've not lied. There is nothing running lower frame rates than the last generation games. There is nothing.
Higher resolutions. Hardware-based ray tracing.
Once again, the games on the Xbox Series X are running at better resolutions than the last generation consoles, and some of the new games in the Xbox Series X have RT. Not all of them, because some of them are cross-gen. Cross-gen are not necessarily next-gen games. Next-gen games would be games created solely for the generation. Cross-gen games aren't. Now the question you have to ask yourself, PlayStation 5 also has some games running without RT. Many games running without RT in fact. Just the same as Xbox Series X. Because these are generally cross-gen games. So why does the PS5 have games that are not running full RT? Why does it have next-gen only games that don't have RT? Why are those questions not being raised to Sony? Why are you not raising these questions and making videos on these points?
8K gaming.
8K gaming, no. Xbox never promised 8K gaming. In fact, it was Sony that preached the 8K gaming. Sony have slapped it on 8K gaming on their box. It's actually Sony that is pushing that narrative, not Xbox.
Bigger worlds, more detail, high fidelity.
Bigger worlds, more detail, high fidelity. Well, firstly, bigger worlds. We've had Microsoft Flight Sim, which is practically the size of the world we live in right now. Do you know any games that are bigger than the world that you can play on PlayStation 5? No, okay. So that wasn't possible on last generation consoles. It's possible on this generation console. Halo Infinite is the biggest Halo of the kind. There is no bigger Halo than the one they're making. Starfield that releases next year. Each world you can explore in Starfield is the size of the Height 1 Skyrim map. So imagine Skyrim, and now Starfield has lots of planets, each the size of Skyrim. They're bigger worlds. The next generation games, as I said, will show better detail and better, higher fidelity.
Nigga, not even native.
Are you really gonna take swings at Xbox for native resolutions? Let's just end this right now. Xbox Series X has far more games running in native resolution than PS5. Full stop.
Without further ado, let's go. Hold on. And I'll say one more thing. I'm going to compare it to Killzone, my nigga. This isn't a Killzone comparison in full, but I'm going to compare it to certain things that Killzone does.
At this point, I assume you're on massive amounts of drugs. You're actually comparing Killzone, I can imagine Shadowfall, to Halo, to the Halo franchise. Let's just look at the last Killzone, Shadowfall, and Halo 5, which is deemed the worst Halo, Metacritic, because I see you all over the place on your YouTube channel, on Twitter, quoting Metacritic. It's the thing that you live by, it's your standard. Let's just compare the scores. Ooh-wee. Well, we can look at that. 73 for Killzone, 84 for Halo 5.
I can do this all day.
I'm not using the Killzone to put down fucking Halo, my nigga, even though it automatically does, but I'm not using it for that. I'm using it.
But you are using Killzone to put down Halo. You literally are doing that, and you even admit to doing it. You're just all over the place. You just don't know where you're going with this. You're just looking for reasons to hate Halo because it's on the Xbox. That is the meat and veg of this whole thing. You just want to hate Halo because it's on Xbox. Bottom line. And before you complain saying, oh, but you hate PlayStation, you hate their games. No, that's not true. I don't know Sony as a corporation, I think they're bad. I think the PlayStation 5 console is a terrible design and it's got lots of issues. The games, they do make some good games. God of War, a great looking game. I don't like single player games. I don't even play Xbox single player games. I don't like the single player narrative, story driven, cutscene games. They're not my bag, they're not my thing. I don't like those games. But I can still recognise if a game is good and has good quality. This is why I don't make videos hating on other products, hating on products I don't like. Why would I just make videos hating on things that I just don't like? Why would you do that? What's the point? You clearly hate Xbox and you clearly hate its games. Just keep making videos about their games and why you hate them, even though you're never going to like them because they're on Xbox. If they was on PlayStation, you would like them. And then you're making videos about terrible PlayStation games and making out that they're fantastic because they're on PlayStation. Your narrative is whack.
Fucking Sony just sold your ass by showing you fucking Horizon the same day they showed this motherfucking shit, and Horizon just shat all over this motherfucking garbage ass, motherfucking ugly looking ass.
Yep, it's true. Sony tried to downplay Halo by releasing a short trailer of Horizon Zero Dawn 2, by copying some of its mechanics, like the grapple hook thing, which they call the power hook or something stupid like that. And it got bodied. It basically got bodied by the Halo Infinite, the campaign, because everyone just wanted to know about Halo. Nobody cares for Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and this has obviously triggered him and upset him. His opinion that it absolutely destroys Xbox. Halo Infinite. Let's have a look. Let me just go through their trailer they showed. So look at this. You know, the grapple hook, the leap, the fire. You cannot tell me this is not a QTE action scene. That's all QTE, isn't it? Let's be honest here. This is not gameplay. It's either a cutscene or it's a QTE, and you can just see you're pressing the buttons there to trigger certain periods of the trailer. I mean, I could go into this. I could do what he done, do slow-mos, do zoom-ins, do pauses and breakdown, and go for that 25-second clip and pull apart things. But I'm not really that petty. I'm not that petty, because he's done that for 37 minutes. I don't think I can be bothered to, you know, that there's no reflection or RT in this scene. Or that her feet don't even touch the ground at any part of the scene when she's fighting or doing anything. They're not actually touching the ground. And here's further proof. Her feet are still not touching the ground, she's left no footprints, and neither has the 5-ton dinosaur that was just fighting beside her. Has left no mark in the sand, not even a footprint. But let's not dwell on those little details, because, you know, we want to carry on listening to this bunch of bollocks from Kingthrash and listen to him rambling on more about things that PlayStation can do and Xbox can't, and we should do something about it.
The level of quality, the level of thought process on what the fuck a gameplay is supposed to be like, or what the fuck the AI is supposed to be like, or what the fuck a set piece or an action piece is supposed to be like to make Halo fucking awesome. And they don't want to motherfucking make it awesome because they're not putting work in. But that's the reason why I put it in there.
Level of quality, gameplay and AI. This is just why it's all full of shit, really, this video. Because this is what it's built up to. He thinks the Xbox doesn't have a level of quality, detail, gameplay, AI that the PlayStation offers. So what we can do is take a look at what the PlayStation offers from its actual next-gen games, like Ratchet & Clank, first-party next-gen Ratchet & Clank, to its Game of the Year winners, and some of its other titles. Let's take a look at these games and the quality, AI and detail in these. Let's first look at Days Gone. Does it have poor AI?
Something's not right here. Alright, that's where my bike is. I need you to run there as fast as you can. Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Alright, don't stop no matter what. You ready? Huh? Go. The door's locked.
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye.
Did you spot all the fantastic AI in that game, or the detail, the level of detail, or the gameplay? Did you spot all the fantastic sort of things PlayStation offers? I didn't see any of that either. It looked like absolute garbage. As I said before, anyone can pause a game, slow down the game, find individual faults with any game. No game is flawless. Every game has some sort of fault or will have a glitch, and maybe not even every copy of the game, but they will have versions of it will have glitches, issues, or whatever. I can find these in any game, I can assure you, and I'm going to do it now. And you know, Kingthrash is really going to be eating his words at the end of this. So here we have Ratchet & Clank, a next-gen game, a next-gen first-party game, and just check out that next-gen popping. Yes, look at that next gen detail. Look at the effect. Look at the way you just glitch through the planet and just fall to your doom, I guess. I'm not sure where you're falling to. You're probably falling to the realm of the SSD. Look at that SSD quality power at its best. At the end of the day, let's be honest here, Ratchet & Clank was pretty much smoke and mirrors. One of the developers even said it is possible on other formats. I've created much the same universe on Project Spark. Yes, I did it on Project Spark. You've had Psychonauts 2 that recently launched, did exactly the same, leaping from one destination to another instantaneously. The whole world thing is just really sort of a misleading selling point. I mean, they did go on to say that this is a graphical masterpiece, a showcase of true next gen. It's not, let's be honest. It's as you always said yourselves, it's a Pixar rated movie basically, but no one ever put Pixar at such a high regard. No one ever see a Pixar Battlefield game, like a battle in a Pixar movie, and then compare it to say a Lord of the Rings battle scene. You just wouldn't compare the two, because at the end of the day, it's just a cartoon, and this is not even the best quality cartoon. You look at some anime and stuff like that, this is not even high on the quality if you're looking at cartoons or sort of animation that what we could have. And the case in point as shown in that video, you're not actually leaping from world to world. It's not generating whole new worlds. Each world you go into is not completely open world. It's still a linear. You're still putting a linear path in that world you jump into. What they've done is created a sort of old world, but within that world there's loads of little worlds, loads of little islands, and then when you leap literally, as it shows in that, you're just leaping from another sort of little linear map to another linear map to another linear map. And all these designed differently to give the illusion that when you're jumping through into a completely different world, but in fact you just jump into another section of the generated universe that you've made, and just a linear map within that. And that has been done countless times on other games for generations. Hold up, Sly, I've not finished there. Let's finish on their fan favourite, their Last of Us 2 Game of the Year winner for the PS4. Let's have a look into this. Yes, so we go into Last of Us 2. Just look at the detail, the level of quality we're seeing here right before our eyes. Look at the detail of the guy's face. It just looks incredible. Look at the AI. Look at how well the AI performs in this game. This must be what Kingthrash was talking about the next sort of level of PlayStation games, delivering such quality detail and AI in games. So as I said, we're going to finish up on Last of Us 2, and I mean, look at this game. This was actually put together by Push Square. Push Square is a pro Sony site. They actually scored the game 10 out of 10, 100%. And then they went on to YouTube and made a video about all the problems with the game, having already scored it 10 out of 10. Mind-boggling, I know. But yes, look at it's just continued. This is level of quality. Just bear in mind, 15 studios joined together to make this game. 15 studios put the effort in to make this game, and it's still released incomplete. It's still released without multiplayer, which is still not released yet. It still has no multiplayer. So it released incomplete. It's funny that when an Xbox game misses a portion or a mode, it's incomplete. But a PlayStation, when they do it, because they don't announce it or try to sort of, they actually did announce it and they try to sort of phase it off and pretending that don't worry about it, just forget about it. It's okay. And when they release it as a completely different game altogether, it's okay to do, it's still complete. But when Xbox does it, it's incomplete. They like using the word incomplete. Even though they give you the complete version free and only a couple months later. But we're still waiting for Last of Us 2. But just check out the issues with this game. Look at that. Whee! Dropping through the planet. For 15 studios, massive budget. This is their leading franchise, and it's just a massive mess. Look at that. Yeah, ain't seen action like that since Roach in Witcher 3. And that just sounded wrong. I don't know why I said that. But you know what? I'm going to end it there. I think I got my point across. As I said before, I can do this all day. Give me a game, I will find problems with it, I will find issues with it. There is no game that is faultless. There is no real masterpiece. There is no real 10 out of 10. That's in my opinion. That's if I was a critic. I would never rate a game a 10 out of 10. It would have to be something we've not seen yet to score that. But far too easily these games are giving 10 out of 10s, they're giving masterpieces, yada yada yada. Absolute nonsense. And the thing is, when you muddy the waters and give scores like that so frequently, so easily, it's hard to determine what is quality, what isn't, and I think that's where the PS fanboys are getting too muddled with in their feelings and what they believe to be a quality title, and this goes to prove it really. I think I've made my point there about Kingthrash's video. He went on for 37 minutes, as I said, about one game, and I'm not gonna drag you out for 37 minutes putting down Kingthrash, because I shouldn't have to, because at the end of the day we're all gamers and nobody should sit there moaning, complaining and waffling about one title that you've not even played yet and finding faults for the sake of plastic, for the sake of a corporation, for a badge, basically, for a Sony badge. It's childish and pathetic, and I think it's about time a lot of these gamers, a lot of these fanboys need to grow up. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Please share, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye for now.